we been in isolation for now?
I think the government told us to go in isolation 2 weeks ago. I've been in isolation 3 weeks because I came back from Tenerife.
I haven't left my house in nearly 2 weeks. I basically stayed at home the whole week before that as well.
Yeah, fucking hardcore
isolation vibes going on here. So today we are going to be talking about being in a relationship in isolation and being single, because both of us have very different experiences when it's coming to being in an isolation.
Yeah, because I live with my partner and my sister, and Florence lives with housemates and she's single, and it's trying to navigate how we both feel about it, because it's been a real up and down journey for both of us.
It really has. I think that's something that I've heard from most of my friends, is that we're all kind of going through this like fluctuation of emotions, and a lot of what we're feeling and what everyone keeps talking about is the lack of intimacy and touch and human contact.
Yeah, that's what I'm mainly hearing. Like, as much as it is nice to be with my partner and we have had our issues, like, I am lucky that I'm not alone. If I was in a flat on my own, if I was in a home on my own, I wouldn't be able to cope, basically. And it's same with being single.
Yeah, I do feel very like blessed and lucky that I have my housemates here, so they are like, I do interact with humans in the day, even though we do keep to ourselves quite a lot. Like, we make sure that we do like a workout every single morning together, and like just having that is probably like really keeping me going. But I guess what's really got to me being single during this time, and that has meant like a lot of fluctuating emotions, because I've had some really fun times with it, and I've been on FaceTime dates, I went on a threesome date, I've been chatting to the guy that I'm seeing a lot, and had like FaceTime sex and stuff like that. But there's still days where I just feel so alone.
Yeah, loneliness I think is so killer, because like work is our main go-to for like getting that interaction and sitting in an office and chatting with loads of people, or even just like getting on public transport, or like having that routine is so important for our mental health, because we are at home, we're so focused on how we're feeling and what we're going through, and that ends up like really escalating things. I feel like it's been really up and down. There are moments where I am grateful that I do sleep next to a partner, I do have interactions with my sister, but also we are basically stuck together, and it's really rare for us to have a moment where we have alone time, or we end up getting really angry with each other. So like, I've had arguments with my partner, I've had bickerings with my sister, because we are just basically forced in a space where we can't really escape. Yeah,
that must be really tricky actually. So the guy that I'm kind of seeing in like a polyamorous kind of way was over for a bit on the first week, so even like being with him for over like, I think it must have been like 3 days straight or something, it really was starting to get to me, and it felt like a little bit claustrophobic. So I cannot imagine what it would be like just being stuck with your partner for the whole time, because like it's kind of weird, because part of me is like, oh, that's way better than what I've got, but I can really see how it would really clash, and it would be super frustrating, especially like if you wanted to have sex and you weren't having sex.
Yeah, well, it's so easy to think that the grass is greener on the other side, and like other people are having a better time, because we compare ourselves to other people. Like, it's just human nature. I keep thinking, oh, if I did have my free time, I would be able to watch the films that I wanted, cook the food that I wanted, masturbate when I wanted. And of course that's not necessarily true. In all respects, if I was in that situation, I might be in tears almost every night, because I do feel lonely and scared.
I've definitely had those nights.
It's terrifying. So yeah, we're basically all going through it, no matter what relationship status you're with, or like who you're living with. I mean, there are some people that are living in houses of people that they absolutely hate. Like, I can't imagine being a moody teenager and living in my family home right now and being stuck there when all my mates are there, all the people I fancy are out there, and just being miserable, or people going through mental health or physical issues, or even like one of my mates, she lives in a house where she just doesn't know anyone in the house. They don't speak English, and she doesn't really get along with like another person. So she's just literally pulling her hair out. She's like, I literally work, eat and sleep in my bedroom, and like that is my life. And I can't imagine what that must be like.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going through it's kind of weird because we're all very like in a very similar situation, but there's such a huge variation when it comes down to it, and like the way that we are being isolated and being stuck with people or being by ourselves entirely. But it's kind of what you make of it in a way, because I feel like as a single person I could just stop talking to friends, stop talking to guys, stop talking to like people that I fancy, and like really pull back. But I think it's like super important to continue how you would usually be living your life. So continue chatting to your friends instead of going to see your friends. Set up like Skype call dates over FaceTime, and phone calls with the people that you're seeing, and make sure you're having phone sex and stuff like that, and keeping that intimacy and that connection alive, because I think it's super easy to become completely disconnected during this time.
Yeah, I would completely agree. Basically going about your normal day of life with your normal work or your normal studies or your normal routines is so important for our mental health. And if you do live with people, then making sure that you are having separate time away from them. So like my partner's working in the other room, and some days I will just work from my bedroom, or I will go to bed earlier than he does, so at least I've got a little bit of me time. Or again, making sure that I'm talking to my friends and my family, and not just spending fucking 24 hours a day with my partner, because it's so easy to become codependent and then rely on your partner for, you know, making you feel good, making you feel lonely, making your food, codependency is such a weird aspect. It's basically when you feel like you can't do anything without them. Like that, I've been through codependency, it's horrible. It's like you get obsessive and weird, and it's really like not a good thing for your mind to go through. So like you want to be able to say, hey, I'm just going to make my own dinner tonight, like you can do whatever you like, or I'm going to sit in my room video timing my mates and having a little drink. Like let's have that separate time.
Definitely. I think it's the separation for you and people that are stuck in a situation where they are with their partner who they're seeing. I think it's so important to have those separate times, because whatever me time you can get, take it. But what's so funny is that on the other side, like being single and alone, like you have all the me time in the world, so you have to create time that's not just me time. So it's kind of like the opposite.
Yeah, it's literally the opposite.
You have to find ways of connecting to people. So like the dating has really been keeping me kind of, I don't know, above ground of like just not losing my mind completely. And what was just really fun for me as well is like actually still meeting new people, finding new crushes on the internet, and like dating first dates and stuff. That's been like really, really exciting, and something that's like kind of kept me going in a way, because I think without all that sort of like new exciting adrenaline, like the reality of like what's going on in the world would just sort of like really crush you. Like you need to like keep something exciting in your life that's like giving you happiness and making you smile. Like you need those things in your life so badly right now. So don't just stop searching because of the situation, and really push yourself to like go out of your comfort zone and have these like phone dates or FaceTime dates, because it's so worth it.
Yeah, we've just recorded a video that's all about phone sex, so please check it out. It'll either be out already or it will come out soon. I couldn't agree more. I think it's trying to find the balance for yourself and what works for you, of having alone time and making sure you are focusing on yourself, but also making those human connections, whether it is through technology or whether it is with the people that you live with, and then also separating that with like any work that you have to do or any hobbies or anything you want to pick up with, because otherwise you literally go crazy. But then also on the other side of things is not giving yourself too much of a hard time if you don't accomplish those goals. And even if you say, yeah, I'm gonna video call my family tonight, and then you don't feel up for it, then not beating yourself up about it. The way that we feel will change, so it's just be good to yourself.
It's also really important to be okay and kind of accept that you are gonna have really shit days and you are gonna feel like crying, and like you're allowed to cry, because not being around people and not having human touch, that is so hard. It's something that we've all really taken for granted up until now, and now we're suddenly like, what? I can't cuddle anyone? Like, I need a cuddle so badly. I cannot even tell you guys how much I need a cuddle. I just want to touch someone's skin.
Just need to touch someone. I can't even imagine what you're going through, really. I feel for you, Lauren.
It's so horrible, but you have to try to kind of like create ways of being okay, and like, it's okay to cry. Like, this will be over eventually. There will be a time where you have a cuddle again. There will be, and you will touch people again.
It's okay to have bed days where you literally do nothing in bed. It's okay to, like, you know, like pick up bad vices and bad habits, like maybe drinking every day, or, you know, doing some naughty stuff that you wouldn't normally do, because in all honesty, this is an out of normal situation. This is something that like our generation haven't gone through before, and you're allowed to get through it as best and as easy as you want to. And yeah, you might go through dips, but that's only temporary. There are days where you will spring back and you will want to be motivated and productive. So it's just looking after yourself.
One of my housemates said to me yesterday, she was like, oh, I really need to stop like eating and cooking as much, because like obviously that's like something that she really enjoys doing. And I was like, hey, hang on, don't take away one of the only like pleasures that you have in life right now. Like, this is not a time to be monitoring the things that make us happy. Like, do the things that make you happy right now. Like, this, anything that's going to give you pleasure, do. Like, don't start dieting, don't start taking things away from yourself. Just try and be as happy as possible, and if that means cooking and eating, then do it. Or like, if that means chatting to people on dating apps, do it. Like, just do what makes you feel happy.
Even if it means like having a drink, but it won't last forever. We will get to a point where we will go back to our normal routines and things will get better, and you're allowed to stop doing those things then, or, you know, getting back into the gym or whatever.
I think we need to take this time as well, don't we, to like learn about ourselves and like being by ourselves, learn to enjoy our own company, not like need something from people all the time.
And so what are the things that you've been going through as being single has been like fun or challenging?
It's been both, definitely. It's been extremely challenging. I never realised how much I like craved intimacy before, and especially like going through such like a traumatic time in the world and not having someone to cuddle you and tell you it's all going to be okay. Like, that has been really challenging, because you just want someone to sort of protect you and care for you and be there for you, and at this time there's literally no one that can be there for you, and
yeah, you just have to rely on yourself, which is a good thing, but also a hard thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's fine. I've had like moments where I've been really sad and I wanted to cry, and I did cry. But then I've also like tried to work around it, like by chatting to people, going on dates, and I did something that was super lame the other day, but it really like got me through. And it was the guy that I'm seeing at the moment. We FaceTimed, and I put, like, we were just going to bed, we were like, let's get into bed, and I put him on the pillow where he would usually sleep, and like we just like chatted like that in bed together, and like it really did create this kind of connection between us both. And obviously we ended up having FaceTime sex as well, which was fun. But we even like ended up like almost falling asleep, just like facing each other, because it was just like, I want to fall asleep with someone. And I love sleeping by myself as well, and I just missed being with someone like at night and like just having someone there. But super lame, but it was nice. It was really nice, and I'm really glad that I did it.
I wouldn't say that's lame. Like for Mother's Day, the UK Mother's Day, like we as a family, we always watch a film together, and we put her and my brother on like a video call while we watched, and we pressed them film at the same time, and it makes you feel like you're in the same room. And it is good to do that with people that you know and care about. I mean, I've definitely been struggling with my partner Thomas. Like, we have been bickering and arguing about really silly small things. Like the other day it was breakfast. Like, I said I was going to make breakfast, but then, you know, we had like, it was stupid. It was like we had 3 rashers of bacon and some eggs, and I was like, no, that's too much for breakfast. And then it ended up like having some argument, and I was like, well, fine. He was like, I'm not hungry anymore, I'm just gonna have some cereal. And I was like, fine, I'll just do my own thing. And it just ended up being some like pathetic argument over nothing. And we keep doing that. We keep having like little moments of bickerings, and it does cloud like the house and the place that you live and work and breathe, like in this sort of shitty feeling, because you've got this like cloud of like, oh, that just happened, like, oh, I can't get on with my day, and or you keep thinking about it. Especially sex as well. Sex has been Thomas and I, we've had more sex than we normally would because of like, we don't have the work stress. We're at the moment, I would say on average, like maybe having sex once a week, which is really good for us when we've gone through bouts in our relationship of not having sex for like 3 months. But last night I did have like a little bit of a, like, I just wanted to go to bed early and watch porn and have a masturbation session by myself. But he was in bed first when I got there, and I was just like, I literally said like, you know, we might need like some like nights alone where I sleep in the living room or he sleeps in the living room or something, just so we have that space. And ended up, he was like, oh, it's fine, you know, you can get a toy out and play. And I was like, but I don't want that. Like, I just want to be able to like have that masturbation session and not care what I'm doing or looking like or watching. And we ended up kind of having this like really sort of weird, sad sex where he was like, oh, you know, you can use my penis. This is like at 2 a.m. as well, so obviously sleep is a problem. And trying to use sex toys, and I can't come at the moment. I'm so horny, but I can't come. So yeah, it was a bit frustrating. I mean, I'm glad we tried, but it just kind of felt like, the only way I could come was like after he had like turned over and he was pretending to be asleep, and I was like trying 3 different toys to like try and make me come. And then after I came, he was like, oh, finally you got there. And I was like, you were awake the whole time.
He was just like your little cheerleader in the corner, like, she can do it.
Yeah.
Come, do it.
Do it. Yeah. I mean, he didn't come either, you know, like, bless. So it swings and roundabouts here. Sex is, like, we've had some good shags, like really good shags, and then a lot of them have been like, really nothing
I've
shags.
been masturbating a lot, actually.
Yeah, the procrasta wank. Oh my god, you're sitting there, you're like trying to work, and you're like,
especially
wait
for me it's
like,
the days where I'm just sort of sitting there watching TV. I'll be like just watching a movie and I'll be like, well, my sex toys are just over there on the floor. May as well get one involved.
I swear as well, like, because mine's here and it's on tap, I'm not as horny. But if I was single and on my own, like, the horniness is uncontrollable. You're just like, I will do anything to have a penis inside me, or like anything, any kind of sexual contact.
I think that's the thing, is that it ultimately hasn't even come down to I really want dick or anything right now. It's come down to I want to kiss someone, I want to cuddle someone. It's just like I want the intimacy, and it's not even the sex, it's just like, just someone touch me, please.
I mean, I really want to get back into dating at the moment, because I want that penetrative sex. I don't want kissing, I want sex. And of course I can't do that. I'm like, even if I start on a dating app and like I sext or I have like a phone conversation, I just want the penetration. That's all my body and mind wants right now. It's so
that is annoying.
I'm fantasizing about like 2 guys at the moment, like doing stuff to each other, so I'm never gonna get that with Thomas. Why is he not just a little bit gay? You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone, let us know what your situation has been. Are you living alone? Are you staying with family? Have you got housemates? Are you in a relationship and you're with your partner? How has your isolation been so far? Tell us everything.
Yeah, please do your best to be as grateful as you can be in this situation, and thank and appreciate the stuff that you have now, because it could honestly be so much worse. Like, you might not even have a next meal, you might be ill, you might have somebody who is actually in the hospital like working or suffering right now. So be grateful that we are where we are today, and
we're alive still.
Yeah, we're alive, and a lot of us have our health, and as much as we do feel sad and down, like we have a lot to be grateful for. We will see you guys next week. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to us. We love our subscribers, you mean everything. And check out our podcast, Fucks Given, on all platforms. Add us on Instagram at Come Curious, C-O-M-E Curious. Obviously there's links down there.
We do love you all. You're curious fuckers. Please hang in there with us. We will be here delivering you all the content throughout this whole process. We are not gonna stop unless one of us dies of corona.
It's possible. You've got asthma, man.
I've gotta be so careful.
You gotta be careful.
But yeah, we will see you all next week.
Bye. Guys.